All right. This is my story how I bought a DeWalt planer and broke it the first day. So, I bought this planer. I had never really used a planer, by the way, a whole lot. I took a couple of furniture building classes and I used it then. But beyond that, I have never really used a planer. But I knew I needed one, so I went out and bought it. The very first day, I wanted to build an epoxy table using this wood. I have a bunch more in my shelf over there. But what this is this is juniper wood. A lot of people in Austin call it cedar, but it's actually juniper. It's a horrible, horrible tree for allergies if you have allergies. I never had allergies until I moved to Austin, and then I think this tree caused my allergies to just blow up exponentially. But I really like the tree, and I live in a very small town outside of Austin near Lake Travis, and there's this tree growing everywhere. So whenever they build a house, they cut down all the trees, and I go snag them, and so that I can have wood to build things with. The problem is I cut this down. It came in a big log. I cut it down into probably, I don't know, this is probably 4 inches, maybe 3 inches to 4 inches. Well, I had cut it maybe at a slant, and I was going to, thinking this is what a planer was for, going to send it through the planer to flatten out the top. And in the process, it kind of, it tilted on me, and then it kicked it back. Now, luckily, it didn't kick it back all the way. Otherwise, I'm sure I was probably doing it like this, putting it in this way, and then it kicked it back. Luckily, it didn't hit me, but it did pop back and stop. But it really taught me a couple of things. One, not to ever do that again, because I almost broke my brand new expensive planer. But it also taught me how to fix what was broken. So after I did that, no wood, even a flat board, wouldn't go through all the way and then get, you know, sized properly and stuff. It just wouldn't go through. Now it would cut it, but it just wouldn't like automatically feed through. I could push it through and it would cut it, but it just wouldn't pull it through. There's an automatic feed. There's a rubber roller inside that turns, and it kind of pulls it through all the way through and trims it off. So it wasn't doing that. So I started taking parts off. I took the top off, couldn't see anything. Then I got to this piece. I'm going to unscrew this, take it off, and show you what I found. Just a side note, if I remove covers with screws or bolts, I just put it in the cover, put my tool in there, keep it safe. That way I don't have to hunt down anything later. So what I found was there's two sprockets, one here, and this is chain drive, will drive all the components that need to pull that piece through. So what happened is this one right here, that one of the teeth off of that sprocket got broken. Now I didn't initially see it in the beginning because it wasn't right here in the clear. It was somewhere around here. Let me scoot this in so you can see. So it was more along right here, like around the edge. So I couldn't actually see the sprocket. So what I did is I twisted it, and I don't remember how I did that now because it's not wanting to move. Maybe I took the chain off, and I found that oh, look at that. That little clip came off. So we got to put that back. But that sprocket got busted. So I had to replace that. Now there's tools that will show you, walk you through how to do this. But let me go get them and I'll be right back. So First off, I didn't have an extra sprocket, and DeWalt doesn't send extra sprockets with this because, well, why would you? Assuming you know how to use the machinery properly. But I did get 3 sprockets from Amazon, and that's what it looks like. Brand new, just as good as the original. And I also got these pliers. I don't know what they're called, but I'll try to put it in the description for you. And a set of these, I guess, clamps. I think they're called U-clamps or C-clamps. Could be wrong about that. But if you notice, right at the top, it's going to be hard to see, I guess. But right at the top, they're just the right size to fit in to these clamps. Just like that. And the reason they do that is because you have to pull this apart just like that to get it on to here. So let me show you. I'll try to pull this a little bit closer. You just pull this apart, slide it over, and then squeeze it back. Oh, these are not good anymore because it just came off. You need to get another one, but I'll show you what you do. You just boom, and then pull your pliers out, and it stays right there. Now I'm going to actually replace that because it's bent out, and you can just pull this off. So it really doesn't do any good at the moment. But I'm going to replace it, put all that back together, and that's all you got to do. The reason why I'm explaining this is because when I ran into this issue, I had Googled it, watched YouTube videos. Everybody said, oh, you need to make sure all the stainless steel beds where the wood slides is smooth, and it needs, you know, sometimes you need to wax it to make sure the wood goes through. But literally, it was this broken sprocket. Thankfully, the sprocket broke and saved the motor, because if the sprocket hadn't broken, it probably would have ruined the motor. So I was very fortunate. A $7 sprocket and, you know, a $7 clip, and probably, you know, a $10 pair of pliers fixed the issue. I didn't have to go out and buy another one. And my wife didn't know any better. She was never mad because she never found out. But just wanted to show you that. Hopefully it might be a good tip for all of you if you ever run into your planer stop feeding in. Something to check right here. And all you got to do is take off this DeWalt cover. That's it, everybody. Appreciate it. Hope you learned something. If you did, like and subscribe. Thanks.